Unity and charity are very important in the Evangelical Free Church. And so this statement is very significant in Evangelical Free Churches, has been and continues to be, and that is that in essentials, unity, in non-essentials, charity, in all things, Jesus Christ. And so, of course, the definition of these things is critical, but the idea is that we have to be in agreement on the most fundamental things about who we are and what we believe. We have to be in agreement on the gospel. In non-essentials, charity, which is another expression of love and kindness. And we'll talk in a minute about some examples of non-essentials, but they're things that are important, right? So they can still be important. Some non-essentials are not important, but some non-essentials are still important. But in love and kindness, we're going to allow differences. And we can continue in fellowship together, in friendship together when there are differences. In all of these things, it's Jesus Christ. And that expression is to say that we look to Jesus to help us understand the essentials and the non-essentials. So another phrase that's significant in the Evangelical Free Church is the significance of silence. It says that we are not going to we're not going to divide over many things that might otherwise divide us. So an alternative expression in unity, essentials, and so you see obviously the statement again, dialogue in differences. So the silence doesn't mean we don't talk about it. It means that we don't separate and we don't make that central. And so we have a dialogue across differences. So another quote from the Evangelical Free Church that I think is helpful: this expression does not mean that we will not discuss and debate these issues, but simply that we will not divide over them. So it's okay to discuss and debate. We don't want those to become central, and we never want those to be the cause of division. Some examples that are explicitly given by the Evangelical Free Church are the age of the universe. And so the idea here is that there are strong Christians who take seriously the Bible and the world we live in, who take very different views of this. And in the Evangelical Free Church, that's okay. It's good to dialogue. It's good to discuss and debate. But we will not divide over that and say, I can't be in fellowship in the same church with you if you disagree with me over how old the universe is. The time and mode of baptism, and in particular, the time being the question where some see infant baptism as being appropriate, and others believe that infants shouldn't be baptized because they don't have the knowledge needed to have faith, a personal faith in Jesus Christ. So some would say you need to wait until a child has that ability, and others are inclined to baptize before they have that ability. There might be differences of opinion about how long somebody should be a Christian before you're baptized. The mode is whether or not it needs to be by immersion, by going completely in the water, or by sprinkling with water. And again, the Evangelical Free Church says we can talk these things through, we can discuss, we can debate, but we won't separate and say we can't be in the same church or the same association because we see this differently. And so then this one is a bit more particular in terms of theology, but it's expressed like this, that whether faith precedes regeneration, which is typically understood as an Arminian view of salvation, and whether regeneration precedes faith, and so this is understood as a Reformed view. And there's big debate, and denominations are defined by this. Evangelical Free Church says we won't divide over that. We can see that differently, and that's okay because the Evangelical Free Church says that falls into the category of non-essentials. You can be a genuine child of God and see these things very differently. So the Evangelical Free Church pursues unity and charity, finding out what is essential and saying we will divide over some things. But there's a long list of things that often bring division that we choose not to divide over.